This is getting outrageous. By the day, it's getting worse. Here is Obama saluting Iran, talking about its history. No one would deny its great history as a conquering nation. Nobody would deny the great history of the Persian Empire. But what does their past greatness have to do with the fact that the Hitler of our time is now screaming that he will destroy Israel when he gets the bomb? What does it have to do with the past? Germany was a great nation also. Then Hitler came along and he said he would do certain things, and he did them. Period. He did them. Now, for those of you who are deluded and think that Iran cares about the Palestinians and they only want justice for the Palestinian people, let me give you some facts and some things to think about. Iran says that when it gets the nuclear bomb, it will wipe Israel off the planet. He has said that over and over again, whatever his name is, the Haman of our time. Over and over again, this madman has said he will destroy Israel. Now, if he cared about the Palestinians, you would think he wouldn't say that because he'll kill the Palestinians as well, number one. And number two, he'd make the ancient biblical lands uninhabitable for 1,000 years. Wouldn't you think that if he cared about the Palestinians, he wouldn't say he would destroy Israel and wipe it off the planet? He doesn't care about the Palestinians. He wants to set off a world war, bring about worldwide destruction, and in his sick, distorted, twisted mind, bring about the entrance of the 12th whatever, Mahdi. Again, in other words, peace on earth is going to come only when everyone's wiped out. I'm sure he would be invited to give a speech in Parliament. I'm sure Jackie Smith would find no offense should the Hitler of our time, Ahmadinejad, wish to speak before Parliament. The liberals would get on their hands and knees and they'd lick his boots. Jackie Smith would lick his boots! Instead, she picks Michael Savage as a scapegoat because she knows I'm powerless. Would she stop Ahmadinejad from saying he wants to wipe Israel off the map? No. He'd be welcome into England. Merry old England. Look what it's become. Just as Hitler needed the Jews as a scapegoat, the Labour government under Jackie Smith is using Michael Savage as a scapegoat to placate the Islamists in England. Everybody knows that. They're distorting what I said. They're twisting what I said. They're taking my words out of context because there are no consequences, they think. I'm only a talk show host. After all, I'm not the Hitler of Iran. There are many other people I could ask if she would ban because they might cause inter-community violence. What about Reverend Jeremiah Wright, Barack Obama's reverend for 20 years? He said the white man created AIDS in a laboratory and gave it to blacks. That might create inter-community violence. He said many things that have caused inter-community violence. Is he allowed into England? Sure, they would lick his boots in England. Jackie Smith would lick his boots. She'd clean his fingernails for him. Don't you see what's going on here? I have nobody defending me. Yeah, I had to hire a big lawyer, which I've done. Great cost. Top firm. Here are the Thomas More Law Centers doing what they can. And there are talk show hosts who have lined up on my side, but look at Limbaugh. Look at Hannity. You know, I would say shame on them, but I know that men like this, these minstrels, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to talk about the Middle East. I want to talk about Janet Napolitano's mishandling of the swine flu epidemic and how she's getting away with it. I want to talk about the worthlessness of the CDC, where there are only politicians, not real public health experts anymore. Sure, there may be some downstream, who do the data collecting, but they have no power. The only people who rise to the top of any government bureaucracy are worthless politicians. They're skilled at lying, so they think. New York City, WOR. Dan, go ahead, please.
Hi, Mark. I want to tell you, don't pay attention to these old news conferences. I have, behind closed doors, I have first-hand information about Netanyahu saying countless over and over again, the Jews will take the future in their own hands. The whole news conference, what you saw was a show that Netanyahu was prepared for weeks and warned he should behave normal and talk like all these diplomatic
but Dan, I don't know whether you have information or not, but the question is, Israel for 2 years has been saying Iran is about to get the bomb, and every day Iran gets a larger number of centrifuges. Every day the Hitler of Iran mocks the rest of the world. Why should Iran stop when no one has done anything to them yet?
Kept saying it was one person, and this is Bibi. No one in the Olmert government and no one and all these leftists in Israel ever dreamed even of taking action. He ran on this, and he was elected on this issue.
Yeah, but don't you think Obama read him the Riot Act today and said that you're not going to do it? We're not going to let you even fly over Iraq?
I read it. I read it. He gave him the green light, and I'll tell you why.
Wait, hold it. You're alleging that you believe that behind the scenes Obama gave Netanyahu the green light to go ahead?
Not behind the scenes, but I'll tell you what I mean. The first time in the history of the creation of Israel, there's a new alliance between Israel, Jordan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia to go against Iran. Netanyahu only wanted to check the waters, how it's called, to see how Obama is acting.
No, let's explain to the audience what you just said, that Egypt and Saudi Arabia and Jordan actually want Israel to take Iran out, but explain why.
They formed an alliance together to go against Iran. They know that Israel is capable of doing it with the airspace of these nations without the U.S. green light or the U.S. red light. What will happen after that is the U.S. will become irrelevant in the world because of Obama. That's what will follow.
Interesting. Well, where is Israel going to get its weaponry from, if not the United States? Who is it going to get it from?
I think they have 80 nuclear weapons. I think that's not a problem. The thing is...
No, but I mean to rearm Israel in the future, the F-A-18 Hornets or the next wave of fighter planes, where are they going to get them from if they alienate this administration?
I believe that if someone looks close in the history of the last 6 years, it was God's will that the USA should stand with Israel, and now it seems that the God's will is that Israel should start to be, I don't know, together like an adult. Stop relying on the U.S. And the U.S. itself.
Well, you have a competitor in the Middle East who says, not only do I not like you, but I want to destroy all of your people. Ahmadinejad has repeated that over and over again. He has said he will destroy all the Jews of Israel. Did he not say that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so now if he does launch a nuclear weapon when he gets one onto Israel, does he not kill all the Palestinians as well?
If he launches the first one on Tel Aviv, then Gaza is like 20 minutes drive from there. So it's absolutely.
Yeah, so he kills hundreds of thousands of Palestinians as well. So what does this have to do with the Palestinian state? The answer is nothing, because the nuclear weapons would poison the earth forever, or for a long period of time, and make it uninhabitable. Therefore, Iran has no intention of working towards a Palestinian state. They do not want a two-state solution. They want a world war. We all understand this is a madman.
He says behind closed doors that he sees Ahmadinejad like Haman, like Nebuchadnezzar, I don't know how you say it in English, and like the Babylonians. This is his worldview. The whole conference today it's only for the media. It's a show.
So, well, of course, all of these are media shows, but let's just conclude. You say that behind closed doors, Netanyahu, in your opinion, said to Obama, with or without you, we're going to strike Iran's nukes?
We have airlines in the Middle East. We don't need the USA.
Wow. Well, I know that Egypt is terrified. Saudi Arabia is terrified. The Jordanians are terrified of Ahmadinejad. They know that if this man gets any fatter, he will dominate the entire Middle East because he's trying to create a new Persian empire. Everybody understands that who studied the history of the world. So, I don't know, Dan, what you know and what you don't know, but I appreciate you calling the Savage Nation. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. Any topic is fair game, not just the Middle East. How about the battle between England and Savage, where a whole nation turns on one man, and it's one man against the nation? You think it's easy on me? Trust me, this is the greatest trial I have ever had in my life. To be unjustly and unfairly lied about and accused on a daily basis by an entire government, without my government taking my side, is perhaps the most difficult place a man can find himself in, short of winding up in a slave labor camp in the ex-Soviet Union. I'll be right back.